So inspired by the amount of so many happy, healthy, or retired, or should I say early retired Chinese people I see here living in Beijing, I now think back to my own life, and I do wish I had done these 5 things earlier in life, and if I had done them, then I guess I would have been in their position right now. Now, I'm not ready for retirement, but it's certainly something that is on the horizon for my generation, and also something for me, coming to me quite quickly, and I don't think you should ignore it. Retirement for me, I think it's coming in three parts. One is getting to retirement, and I will share the 5 quick points about my regrets or my learnings, and I'll give that to you so that it can guide you and also guide my kids, because that's exactly the same stuff I tell them. 2, what do you actually do in retirement and how to prepare for that? And I've just learned a couple of points. One key one that I've just learned recently, which I think I will put into practice quite quickly. Point 3 is getting ready to depart this dear green earth. Now, this last part is rather negative, so I'm going to deal with that now because I don't want to finish this video on a bit of a downer. But getting ready to die is never a top subject for anyone, but knowing that you will die one day and having a reality check around that fact, I believe, is sensible. The average person is now living between 75 to 85 years old. So count forward and have a look at that rough date. It is scary. In some cases it's far away for some people, but trust me, it will come at you quick. Once you get sight of that date, you might want to envision the world that you will be living in then and ask questions about where you want to be when you depart, how do you want to go, who do you want to have around you, these kind of questions. Not great thoughts, but it is supposed to spur you right now into enjoying every moment of your life today, right now, but also equally be prepared for the inevitable. Okay, different dollar, different day, and let's be a wee bit more positive. So the 5 key points in getting to retirement that everyone should be focused on. The good thing, which I read the other day, the good thing is that the people in the West, well in the UK, are now saving more than they've ever did in the past. Still not a lot, and certainly not enough for retirement. In China, I've learned how much people save money and manage money. As I have said before, money in China, the conversation around money is an everyday subject and it's openly discussed. And it can take you by surprise when someone just comes out straight and asks you, how much do you earn? So be prepared for that if you're ever in China. But you should get comfortable with money. Learn about it and share with others if you do learn. So anyway, the first of the 5 points, the first point is learn to save money. And the best starting figure to save would be to aim for putting aside your 20% of your salary. And I would always say, pay yourself first. I would say, even if you don't have a lot of money, still save. My father taught me this, and I'm so glad of that. He would say, if you're still poor, still find a way to save money. Now, my second point would be to take advantage of all the benefits your company can offer, things like pension match and health benefits and insurances, and then manage the other stuff that people will try and sell you, like unnecessary insurances. Just waste of money, cost you a lot of money. Don't do that. Third up would be, for me, build a cash safety net. Now, this is money to cover your costs for, I would say, a minimum of 3 months. People will tell you not to hold cash. I personally disagree. Just for the sheer peace of mind, it is good to have cash ready to support you for any big things that might happen. And if you are holding cash, find a bank that will give you a decent interest rate. And even though if it's not your main bank, shop around. Banks and financial institutions make money off your laziness. They will try and just give you the lowest interest rate they possibly can. If it's your regular bank, shop around, find another bank, you'll get more. Now my fourth point, if you're doing all the other three, would be to invest your money. Once you have that cash safety net and you've taken advantage of your company benefits, then the best way to save money is to put it into low cost managed funds, things, call them ETFs. I'm not a financial advisor, so I cannot recommend any, but if you check online and do a bit of research, use DeepSeek or something, you will learn fast and you will work out what to do. And incidentally, if you stick around to the end of this video, I will give you a couple of excellent recommendations on YouTube channels that you will, if you watch, they will teach you everything that you need to know if you put that time in to learn. Trust me, it's well worth learning. And if you are one of the people that are organised for retirement, then pass on the information to other family, friends, your kids, because people need to learn about money. My fifth point of these five, there's a lot more I could add, but my fifth point is tough to do because you're fighting against one of the single most powerful forces in the universe, marketing, or in its truest form, propaganda. You have to fight against the power of marketing and spend your money sensibly. I remember buying stuff for the house, moving it into the house, the new stuff, moving the old stuff into the garage, and then every year clearing out the garage and taking the stuff, which is, if you're lucky, a couple of years old, to the charity shop or the dump. Did I waste a lot of money on that whole rinse and repeat cycle? And I guarantee you're probably doing the same. So my fifth point is to be a conscientious consumer and spend your money wisely. The way I position it in my head now these days is for every £400 to £500 I spend, then it is 1 week less I have in retirement. Hopefully you understand that. That's based on what I reckon I will need about £500 a week to live on when I retire. These are 5 key points. There are more, trust me, there's a lot more that I've learned, like how to manage debt effectively to your advantage, looking after your health cheaply, and some good cost-cutting websites and so on. One thing I've learned here in China, and I know it's big in America, is to use coupons for discount. You would be surprised at what you can save. And sometimes in the UK, our arrogance or sensitivity around using discount coupons is a bit nonsensical. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the last section, the part that has been inspired by my observations of the retirees in China. More so, I think, what I see here in Beijing. It's really hot. Yesterday it was cooler, today it's hot. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next section. So retirement. I have to confess here, I actually don't think we ever retire. I would call it semi-retirement because we are always busy. We might be more in control of our time because we're not working in a job, but we will be busy. And it depends what you will be busy doing. And this is one of my last 2 points, I think. Get an understanding of what you want to be busy doing and prepare for that. Now, in my instance, I want to travel and to share that travel and these experiences on YouTube. Hence, I have this YouTube channel. I actually, to confess up here, I want to make a documentary when I retire, which is why I do have this channel and why this channel sometimes has an edge to it. Now, I have no idea how to make a documentary or what the subject will be on, but I'm practicing now so that I can fulfill that dream as and when I have the time. So my advice would be prepare now for what you might want to be doing in your retirement. And we've all heard the stories of people retiring not knowing what to do because their job was their identity, and then they quickly depart this dear green earth through ill health or depression because they just didn't prepare. Don't be that person. Prepare. Now that brings me to my last point that I've picked up just the other day actually, and I'm going to put into practice because it is something now that I look back on, I kind of regret a little bit. This is in relation to your health, and although I am actually in good health, it could be better. This last tip is new to me, and that is train now for the type of lifestyle that you would want in retirement. So that kind of threw me when I heard it at first, but the example was if you want to travel and that means walking, hiking, or getting up and down staircases and hills or so whatever, then focus some training on that future lifestyle, i.e. strengthen your legs. Now, I never thought of that before, but it is a great way to think. Train your health and fitness now for the type of lifestyle you want in retirement. Now, I love that, and I'm always looking to learn from others. So this new idea that I've just picked up is going to be a feature of my daily routine. The other tip, definitely eat well, drink less alcohol, and drink a lot of water, which is another very positive feature of life here in China. I'm not sure if that focus on eating well, drinking a lot of liquid or so, managing your diet is a feature of the Western lifestyle. Anyway, I like to learn from others. If you have ideas or things that others can learn from, then don't be afraid to leave them in the comments box below. Meanwhile, I'm hot and bothered. Before I wrap up, stick with me because I've got something else to say. So I actually came down here at the side of the river thinking that I would see a lot of retirees, but it's actually too hot. So I'll be quick with this last part. So I had something else to say, and that was in relation to knowing that one day you will no longer be here. There will be a high probability that in the last years of your life, your old body won't work too well. So make sure that you understand that and you don't put off the things that you may want to do. You don't want to actually build regrets. You want to remove regrets. There is a great book on this subject called Die With Zero. I'll probably put a picture of that up here somewhere. It's a great book. Oh, I also mentioned that I would recommend a couple of top class YouTube channels that can teach you everything you need to know about preparing your finances for retirement. And even more than that, if you watch them, you would learn a lot more about money, finance. Trust me, it is worth doing. And maybe we can be more like people in China, talk openly about money, share insights, and be able to enjoy a half-decent retirement in good health. The first recommendation I do make, YouTube channel somewhere, is UK focused, and the second one is USA focused. I hope you watch them, share them, help others in your community to learn, and I hope you enjoy what I might share with you now, a wee 10-20 seconds of peaceful China. Take care of yourself. Peace out.